Hello, and welcome to Bees and Tea Stitching. I'm your host, Sebastian, and let me see if I can do this very carefully. To the side, we have Selena. Hey, Selena. Hey, you gonna say hi? Okay. Or you're going to attack my hand. One of the two. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so, welcome to my channel. Welcome to anybody who's new. Welcome back to all you guys who I know have watched me in the past. Always enjoy all you guys. And you're gonna move. Okay. So, this is my channel about the cat walking behind me. No, it's a channel about cross stitch, about my cat, my life, a little bit of everything. Are you going to settle down there? Hold on. Let me see if I can get her to settle down. You going to settle down? Well, there we go. You might get to see a little bit of cat butt, so have fun with that. But anyway, so, this is my channel. Hope you guys enjoy it. Life updates first. Nothing really much is going on. I was busy helping my mom a couple days ago, so that's why I'm doing this on Friday instead of Thursday. So everything is good. Just a a surgery, but it went well, so we're all set on that. But yeah, so that's why I'm a day late, but I'm here, so yay. But yeah, so that's really about it. Nothing much is going on other than that. Oh yes, I am going to keep up my tea part of the B's and T's. So this one is an oolong, which I actually forgot to bring over. I believe it was from Stash Teas. I just found out today that an oolong is neither a black nor a green. It's kind of in between. The color of it is also kind of in between. I can't really show you guys. It's almost as dark as a black tea, but not quite. So I have not tasted this yet. This is going to be an on-camera taste. So let's see how it is. Should be cool enough. Okay. It's yeah, its taste really is neither black nor green either. It is kind of in between. I didn't add any milk, but I did add some sugar. It's not as tanniny as a black, but it has more flavor than a green. I'm not a huge fan of green teas, because I now there are some that have some flavors. Like I believe it's a Republic of Tea, that is a blueberry green tea, which is really good. So there's always exceptions, but in general, I'm not as much of a fan of green tea. One more sip. Yeah, taste wise, it's actually the more I taste it, the more I kind of like it, because it's not as rich and, like I said, not as tanniny as a black tea, which is good, but it can kind of like a coffee that's been over roasted. You know how sometimes that can be bitter. A tanniny tea can kind of have that extra tang to it that is sometimes good, but sometimes can be too much. Hmm. I might have found myself a new tea. No, I'm sorry. This is okay. It says Choice Organics. Live fully. Okay, I thought it was a stash tea. Maybe it wasn't, but I will go back and check. I still have the container. I'll be honest, I don't even know where I got it. I only have. Oh, you know what? I bet you I got it when I had that tea box, the monthly tea, which was great. I would definitely highly recommend it. Um, but I just had too much tea. That's the only reason I stopped. Not because I didn't like what they were giving me. I loved what they were giving me, and that was the problem. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's probably where that came from, because I don't know how I would have gotten it otherwise. I don't have a whole container. I guess I have maybe one or two of them. So, anyway. So yeah, that was interesting. I'm going to have to go back to that. So, I have a new favorite tea. Yay. All right. So, stitching, because I know that's what you guys are here for. Um, I do not have any finishes or FFOs. I showed you guys a couple of FFOs last week, which was nice. Um, Let me think. Yeah, I was trying to think. Something kind of popped in my head and then it went away. Oh, I do have one little bit of haul, which I'll show, but I usually do the stitching first. So this is not in any particular order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So pretty good. As I tend to say every week, I am trying to put at least 500 stitches in everything that I've got. Um, I've got 500 stitches in everything but two. They're two that I'm just the least excited to stitch on. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do with them. So that's about all with that. What are the last two? I know one is Halloween at Hawk Run. What was the other one? I could tell you pretty quick here. It is Grim Grinny Ghost by Good Morning Maui. And it's not that I don't like that project. It's that I started it on Ada and it has a lot of quarter stitches and such, and that's what's kind of slowing me down on it. So, but I will get back to those two. But anyway, so some of these I've already done the 500. 11 of them I now have 1,000 at least in. Now that's, some of them were just starting and so they only have about 1,000. Some of them obviously had more before that and so they have more than 1,000, but I've done 1,000 in them this year so far. So there you go. All right, so in no particular order, this is, you guys who have been here before, you know what's in here. This is a Vicky Stitch and Button bag. She's doing the same project and has it in the same bag, which is awesome. This is, oh Lord, I'm gonna need to find never mind, it's right here. I was like, oh man, can I find the pattern? But I do have the pattern. This is my, so far, one and only long dog. I have at least two more that I have not started yet, because I just don't know if I want to have more than one long dog going at the same time. But this is You Belong to Me, the Egyptian themed one. Because as I think I've explained in the past, I am very much into Egyptian stuff. More when I was younger, not as much anymore. But also that I have been to Egypt, which is, kind of neat. And so it's always kind of, okay, this is kind of a comedy of errors here. But anyway, so I've always kind of been fascinated. And I do apologize that I can't show you everything. I do not want to untape it. I am sorry. But I'll show you kind of where I am. So I'm actually a good ways in. So I've got this whole top section done. So right now I'm in this pyramid and doing a little bit of this pyramid. So I'm pretty much in the middle. So I'm doing everything in the variegated silks for you, which is not, it's not really showing up. It's I don't know, it's looking paler in the video than it is, but I believe it's a silks for you. And then this is the first time I've ever done sulky. So I'm only doing the pyramids in the gold, and everything else is going to be in the blue. So there you go. So I've been working down here and around, and then up a little bit here. So, but mostly in here and in here is where I've been working on it. So, if you watch Vicky Stitch and Button, you can see that she is. I couldn't fit behind. No, no, it's a very friendly competition between us. But yeah, no, she's almost done with this first row up here. She's right over here at the end. So which is really cool. And she's doing it in this really dark blue, which is just beautiful, beautiful dark blue that she's doing it in. But yeah, so that's that. So this is I forgot to say, this is a 16 count, I believe. It's called Papyrus. You can actually see it pretty well there. It's one of the printed fabrics, so it's, just white on one side and printed on the other, from Fabric Flare. So, because of course Papyrus, because it's, You Belong to Me. I saw that and I'm like, oh yeah, that's perfect. So, that's what happened on that one. That was a start, I want to say, either 2021 or 2022. It was a New Year, New Start. I don't remember. I want to say 2021, but I could be wrong on that. This is good. I really was not sure what to expect because, like I said, I would like to think I'm fairly open minded in trying teas, but mostly I've been sticking to mostly black teas, a few green, a few herbal. But other than that, I haven't tried a whole lot. I tried a rubus and I didn't like it. Um, I tried a lapsang souchong, which is the really smoky tea. I'm not really into smoky flavors, so I did not enjoy that one as much. But um, I enjoy this oolong. I also have an orange pico, which I don't think has to do with I think the name does not have to do with the flavor. I think it has to do with the color of the leaves. I think. So eventually I will get to try that one and see how that is. I think it's still in there. I hope so. I have been giving away a lot of teas just because I have so much. I don't know. It's people always talk about cross stitch stash like beyond your life expectancy. I might have a tea stash beyond my life expectancy. Um, so next is the B Sampler by Lila Studios. Lila Studio? I'm not sure. I'm assuming Lila Studio. So don't think I'm gonna finish it as a round. Uh, Unfortunately, they don't show a picture of it undone. So this is 14 or 16 count. Let's see. Do I have it in here? It is 16 count. Ada Ray of Light. Um, I don't know who it's from, but it's coming out pale, but it's a pretty pastelly yellow color. Oh, hold on, let me move this. Sorry about that. Let me move all this stuff. I apologize. That's very unprofessional. There we go. So this is another one. So um, You Belong to Me obviously has a lot more than 1,000 stitches, but I have done. It's got 1,000 stitches so far. This one has also got 1,000 stitches so far. So, excuse me, you guys have seen this not too long ago. I finished up actually this. Oh, I got the hiccups. I'm sorry. This part of the flower. Obviously, I'm doing a little bit, so there's going to be a bee in here, and then a little bit of this down here. So this right here is the top and the side. I don't think it goes. I think this might be the very bottom, if I remember correctly. Is this the very bottom? So that might be the height of it. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me see. Um this design is, but I'm not at the bottom of it yet, so it probably ends right about here-ish. So yeah, that's as wide as it's going to be, or as tall as it's going to be, I should say. But as you can tell, it goes a bit wide. Yeah, I wish you guys could see the. Oh, yeah, I can't put it up against anything, but yeah, it's showing a little paler than it is. It's actually a little bit of a brighter yellow. But anyway, so that is that. Um, I have plenty of bee bags, and I don't know why this one ended up going into a dinosaur bag, which is also um, Stitch and Button, Vicky, Ankylosaurus, best dinosaur. I will keep saying that. All right, so next in a Garon bag. It's a Garon bag, isn't it? Yeah, it's a Garon bag. Make sure, because there's one or two other people who do these bags, but I was pretty sure it was. This is the one I actually was working on a bit in the hospital while I was waiting for my mom. I think I finished it up at home, though. Pretty Little London. And this is, once again, one that only has a... Oh, I'm sorry, by Satsuma Street. I apologize. And this is actually showing... This is actually really cool. So, if you look at this... There we go. You can see what the landmarks are. And Most of them I could name. There was a couple I wasn't 100% sure about, but all right. This is on a oatmeal Ada. I think I have it. I think I have it stuck on here. There we go. It is a 18 count. I'm sorry, 18 count Ada Rustico oatmeal. Not sure what it means by rustico. If you guys know, please tell me. But once again, I always have my threads in the way, don't I? All right. Well, anyway. So, ta-da! We've got. So I was working over here, and I had a little bit of the bust done for the last 500. So for the next 500, I finished up the bus. I apologize. Worked more on this little bridge here. And I'm working a little bit up towards, I believe this is the Tower of London? I'm not sure. Wait, what was that? Now that is, I'm sorry, St. Paul's Cathedral. I'm sorry. So I'm doing a little bit of the St. Paul's Cathedral over here. So yeah, there you go. I'm not 1000% happy with the, because this was a restart. Not 1000% happy with the fabric I chose, but that's alright. I'm not starting it. I'm not restarting it, so I'm not that upset with it that I'm gonna restart it again. And I really like how it looks. The stitches look really nice on it. So because it's an 18, you know, they look, well, except for that one that looks a little weird. But anyway, overall they look really, really decent. I think my stitches look best on 18, but 16 is still kind of my go-to. Just because 18 is a little, I mean, obviously it's a little harder to see. And I do have glasses. I apologize. I don't know why my phone is being so weird today. Um, yeah. But, hopefully my phone will stop beeping at me. Alright. Hmm. I tell you what, I'm drinking more of this than I usually do in most because I'm really enjoying this. I don't think it actually needs any milk. I think it's good with just the sugar. In fact, I might even would use a little bit less sugar. I know, weird. I mean, it's not so bad that I like a little tea with my sugar. It's not that bad, but I put a decent amount in. Um, this one I'm actually gonna wait till the end for a reason. Ah, this one. I think the vast majority of these are ones I'm putting the second 500 in. This is a tea bag, which yeah, it's like all these bags should go with a different project. But anyway, this is a tea bag from Vicky Stitch and Button. I think this might be my most recent bag purchase. But anyway, this is Ink Circles, St. David's Dragon. This was one of the um, ones that were just released. So from Market. There's the Welsh Dragon and the, what were they? Daffodils. I'm not good with flowers, so you've already, again, this is one that you have seen. This is just a basic black 14 count. 14 count? Yeah, 14 count Ada. I don't think I would work on black on anything but 14 because I don't hate myself that much. I may hate myself a little bit, but not quite that much. So, alright, so what I did, sorry. So I was continuing to work on the flowers. I believe I was working on this one particularly. Went down, the leaf, and then the leaf down here. And then I have a tongue, an eye, and an ear for the dragon. So that is the next, oh yes, look. Um, it says T-Rex, get it? Anyway. But yeah, so that is the next 500. And again, this is also the top. I believe that is the very bottom. So I believe is that correct? No, there's going to be a little bit more under here. So this will probably be where it ends right down here. Yeah, this is not a big pattern altogether. It is 75 by 59. Um, it's, it's not full coverage, but I mean, as you can tell, it's got a good bit going on in it. So, Um, but yeah, so despite it not being very big, it's still going to take a little while. But yeah, and again, despite it being black on Black Ada, I am very much enjoying it. So there's that. Um, but yeah, so that is that. That is number 4. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad on time so far. So as usual, I don't think this will be too terribly long. This was the other one that I was working on uh, in the hospital waiting for my mom. I do not have a picture of it because it was a freebie from Fox and Rabbit on their Patreon, I believe. I believe it was on their Patreon. So this is in remembrance of Queen Elizabeth II. So I have already. So this is about 1,000. I worked down here, finished up the flower, and did a couple of these. So what's going to happen is there's going to be crowns on each side here, and then her birth and death years here, and then just have that come around. So um, there's really not a ton left to do, in all honesty. I mean, it's well over 500 stitches more, probably over 1,000, because that, even just the border, um, it's not involved, but it's you kind of have to think about it. It's repeating, but you still kind of have to think about what the pattern is. So, and the crowns are decently sized, but they're not a whole bunch of stitching. And then, of course, the dates won't be all that much. So, it's really more of the border than anything else that I need to work on. And I was afraid that I wasn't going to like the border, but actually, once I started on it and kind of got the pattern of it, it actually went pretty quick. So, but yeah, so there we go. And the irony of working on this in a hospital and having a picture of House saying it's not lupus is funny. Even though what my mom was going through is obviously not lupus. So it was not lupus in that case. And of course a Dalek because, England and Daleks and all that good stuff. Alright, so that is that one. Oh, that is just my Kindle, so I don't need to worry about that. Okay, which one is this? Ah, yes. This is another one that is also on its second 500. So, there is... why are you not focusing? Can we focus, please? Alright. You are just not gonna focus. Okay. I apologize. It says, this is, Tony Cottage Needle Works, time for tea. So it just says, there's always time for tea. So, there you go. That's that. Sorry, the picture is so tiny. And this is, once again, another, the second 500. So, let me move this. Okay. It's funny because, this white is showing up in the video, at least for me, better than it shows up in real life. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that, because it's certain ways you look at it, the white shows up, certain ways it doesn't. So I haven't decided how exactly, if I'm going to do something else with the little whiffs of stuff or not, but we'll see. So I pretty much just did all of, I think it's from the beginning here over. And then I finished up the Is Always Time for Tea. So, and I don't think I did anything up there this time. But there you go. You can actually see some of the variegation in the words. You can see a little bit of the variegation in some places in the light green, but not in the dark green. But they are all these are all the excuse me, all the called for colors. All of the other ones I've shown you, I think they're all the called. Well, I mean the You Belong to Me is not there's not a called for color on that one. The only one I think I may have substituted colors on might have been the B one. I may have substituted a color on that one, but everything else has always been also been the called for. So this is a 16 count. I don't think I have the thingy in here for it. Or do I? Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I do. It is Color and Cotton Marzipan. So this is part of the fabric of the month that I was in. Once again, I would definitely recommend it if they're still doing it. I didn't stop it because I didn't like it. I just stopped it because I have too much fabric. So, there you go. But one more little look there. My outer space. And this is a bag I unfortunately regret a little bit getting, but, you know, what's done is done. So, this is also Garon. Just because, you know, I'm not going into what the author is about, so you guys can make a guess on that one. And the next one, is this penultimate? No, this is not penultimate. This is a very cool, also I think this is fairly recent bag from Stitch Button with a kind of Victorian skull dancing people. This is another one, for whatever reason I don't have the picture of. But this is Ink Circles, Pretty Little London? No, wait. Reflections of London. Sorry. Reflections of London. Pretty Little London, something different. I've already shown you Pretty Little London. So, this is, so it's the kind of pattern that is, the same corners are all the same. So, this is almost exactly the center. So I've got a little bit over a quarter of it done. So you can see the gherkin, Tower or Palace. It's Elizabeth Tower, not Big Ben. You've got the underground sign. I love that she put in they got some tardi down here, TARDISes. Got some buses. So yeah, it's a little bit of everything. I think that might be the Tower of London there. But anyway, so, and this is on a 14 count Ada that, weirdly enough, one of my stitchy people at my LNS started this project on this fabric and didn't like it, but with the fabric, with the thread that they were using. So they were like, well, do you want it? It's like, sure, why not? So this is an inherited fabric, and it's I hope I have enough. Oh, what is this? This is a Live and Die LA Wise. So it's, you know, grays and blues. Um, so yeah, that's how that looks. And again, there's not, wait. There we go. I mean, it's the same every direction, but that is the upside, the up ways. But yeah, so that is that. And again, there's not a particular called for color on that one, I don't think. I think that's just use what color you want. Okay, this is the penultimate one. Alright, and this is, I'm not sure, I think I got this from Etsy. It's a cool bag with hats. I have no idea who made it, though. I am sorry. I don't think it says on the inside. Does it? I don't believe so. This is one... Actually, I think I can show you the picture of it. Because I have it on my... Or do I? Oh, maybe I don't. No, I do not have this on my thingy. I will have to see if I can find a picture of this one that I can show you guys next time. But essentially, it is a Quaker Italian flag. And yeah, it's going to take up all of this. This is a hand-dyed 18 count Ada Fiber on a Whim Sapphire. So there you go. These are both needle minders that I got at the retreat recently. Yes, I know, it should go on the Good Omens one. And, yeah, it's got language. But, hallelujah, holy shit, where's the Tylenol? But anyway, so it's going to be an Italian flag, so you got the green, white, red, and then it's gonna have like little kind of Quaker designs in it. So I don't have much, because once again, this is hard to do at home because of the amount of light that I have. So I do not have 500 in this yet, obviously, as you can tell. Um, do I have marked down how many I have? I have 119 so far, so there you go. So that one obviously needs to be finished. In fact, I don't know. It's a pretty nice day outside. Maybe I'll see if I have enough light in the light of day, but we'll give that a try. So I'll maybe leave that off to the side and see if I might be able to work on it today since it's nice and sunny. So this one, whoops, a little bit of the thread. Is it 910? Yeah. It's what, 910 and 3865, I believe? Or am I doing it in... No, B5200, sorry. B5200. And then the red is going to be 817. So there you go. I think... Now, the white is not what they called for. But the green and the red are the two that they called for. Because they called for this to be done on a white piece of fabric, and then the white of the flag is kind of like this really, really pale gray. And I'm like, nah, I don't really want to do that. And I think I may have explained this last time, because I started this last week with the idea that I would have my 500 stitches by this week, and I didn't. But that blue is... It's not part of the flag, but it's kind of an unofficial Italian color, because they're the uniforms of the Italian, or kit, I guess, of the Italian football soccer team are that kind of that color blue. So that's why I chose that blue. And they just my LNS just happened to have a piece that's just big enough. It's a little small on a little small left to right, but it's really fine top to bottom. You know, the plenty of border that way. So, all right, the last one that I have been working on, I worked on last night. It does not have 500 stitches yet, but I am working on it. I'll just show you the last one. So this is Tiny Modernist, the Sleepy Hollow 4-part mystery. Obviously, all 4 parts are out. This is, how old is this? I've had this for a while now. Does it say what year? Should say what year somewhere. Because I'm kind of curious as to how long I've had these. At least a couple years. 2019. Okay, so I've had them a few years. Whoops. There we go. But yeah, so that's really cute. So I'm working up here in the front. So I may end up doing some of these, like the ghost and those in glow in the dark instead. Now the like his face and the clouds obviously I'll still do in the white, but I haven't decided yet. I don't have any glow in the dark right now, so that's probably something I need to think about sooner rather than later. But this is, once again, the second 500 in this one. Let me move my little... there we go. Oh no, I just made it fall. Oh, crap muffins. Alright, hold on, I apologize. Hold for a moment. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, we're good. I just don't want to lose it here. Haha! Success. So, I had this and the bats and part of the tree. I had the owl before. So, what am I at now? I'm at... Wait, did I get the other 500 on this? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm at 103 stitches. So, 103 stitches, finished up the tree, had, like, this part of it to do, and as you can tell, I'm just starting a little bit of grass. So, the ghost goes over here. So I'm going to have to decide sooner rather than later. I mean, I've got some more I can do over on this side too, but um, I'm going to have to decide sooner rather than later about what I want to do with the ghost. Although, I mean, there's plenty. I would bet that there's plenty more than 500 to do before I get to the ghost. So I don't think I'll have to worry about him this round. So we'll see on that one. But, so those are the last two. Oops, let me put these back over here because they need to still be worked on. So those last two, I don't have the 500 in. Usually I don't have more than one that I don't have 500 in. I'm trying to do 500, change, do 500, change. But the fact that I have several things now that need really good light. I apologize. I have that one with the blue. I have St. David's with the black. I have the Hamilton versus Seabury. That's also on black. The Hamilton. I have. There's one more I have on black. What is it? Oh, I have the Good Omens quotes. That's also on black. I don't know why I did 4 that way. But anyway, so yeah, I have 4 that are either a black or a dark blue that are going to be a little tough. Obviously, I had a 5th before, and that was the um, Arsenal, but I changed it. Hopefully that won't be. Hopefully I won't regret that, but I mean it's been a lot easier to stitch on, and like I said, if I really want the black, I can stitch around some black around it. So, but I don't think I'm going to decide that until it's done and I see how the whole thing looks. I still think it's going to pop on the white, so I don't think I'm going to need the black, but we'll see. Um, if I do, then I do. If I don't, then I don't. Um, yeah, that was a really smart there. Anyways, so that is all the stitching. All the stitching. That was a lot of stitching, but yeah. So that's that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So um at least 3,000 stitches this week. Well, more than that. So, but yeah. So that's not bad. Did I do that math right? I think I did. Don't ask. I'm terrible at math. All right. So a very, very small amount of haul. First off, this is something that I've literally been waiting at least a year for. Excuse me. I don't have anything in particular that I want to use it for, but anything that's Halloween, I love doing on prank. Unfortunately, all she had was the 14 count, but finally got a little bit of prank in. This is a 21 by 20, so it's kind of that quarter-ish, not really. Anyway, but she has another piece that's exactly the same size. I could not grab them both at the same time. So yeah, and this is 14 count prank, 21 by 20. Just really nice, good orange for Halloween stuff. So I will probably grab that other prank soon, very soon. Excuse me. And the other one, did I already have this? You guys can help me out on this. I don't know whether I had this or not. I'm gonna have to double check on that. But Plum Street Samplers Bunny Munch. I mean, come on, look at this. The cat. The skeleton cat. You better not be a skeleton cat. Look at this. Ooh, look at that. That kitty butt. Anyway, so yeah. And so there's that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look. I'm beginning to wonder if I actually had this. Other than the pumpkins, it wouldn't look bad on orange. So I don't know if I could though. But I did pick up one of the colors that goes in it. I believe it's for the darker ones, the darker pumpkins. It's fallen leaves. So there's only so there's one, two, three, yeah, four. So there's four non DMCs this calls for. Two of them are mascara and grits. I'm sorry, I'm just doing black and white on those. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. Um then the fallen leaves, and then cayenne, which is like a lighter, rusty orange, which unfortunately they did not have. Wait, oh, oh, I see what I did. It's cayenne and just rust. So what I think I did was I chose fallen leaves, and I think because it's variegated enough, I think I'm gonna either just fussy cut it or just do it like it is, and use this one instead of those two. That's what I was thinking. Now I remember. So, it is on like a grayish, so I don't know that I have a nice dark gray that would go on. Let's see, stitched on 36 count Snickleway, by Seraphim Hand Dyed Fabrics. So, huh. Wigstyle Works is out of North Carolina. Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about the fabric. So this is not one that I'm dying to start like right now, so it's not something that I'm really all that worried about right now. I'll it's something I'll worry about later. So anyway, but yeah, first I need to figure out if I even have that already, because I'm beginning to wonder if I don't. Yeah, if I do, that might be a giveaway later. We'll see. I have to see how that looks. Hold on a second. Oh. You know, I tend to drink my tea slowly, and it tends to be cool, or even room temperature by the time I'm actually done with it. It is getting to the room temperature, maybe slightly above. Hold on. It's right at room temperature. It's actually still good. I'm really digging oolong. Um, so if you guys like tea, but you think that black tea may be a little bit too strong, you may want to try this oolong. And I don't know if other oolongs would taste differently than this one. I would think that for the most part, um, an oolong is an oolong, probably. So it'll probably taste very similar to this, not the same. Um, but yeah, let me see if can I. Oh, you didn't see that, but yeah, you can kind of see it's kind of a color. Whoops, yeah, that was unfortunate, but you can kind of see it's almost a reddish sort of color, reddish sort of brown, instead of that really darkish sort of brown that you get for black teas. But anyway, so I'll stop geeking out about oolong. Um, yeah, I think that's about it. So can't think of any reason why I shouldn't be back next week. Um, Sometimes I forget to say this, but I need to try to remember. Please, if you are watching, please subscribe. It helps me out. Helps me in the algorithm. I'm not making any money out of this, so that's not a thing. Like it again. That helps me as well. Um, I also have a coffee or Ko-fi, whatever it's called, down there. If you want to help, just buy me tea, or help with when I ship stuff out for giveaways and stuff. But obviously no pressure. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I hope you guys have had a good time. I apologize. Apparently my brain just decided to shut off before I stopped. So yeah, so from me, hold on, let me see if I can get one more shot of her. Oh, there we go. Aw, somebody is a sleepy cat right now, so I guess I won't mess with her. But from me and from Selena, I guess we will see you guys hopefully next week. Bye.